What's up YouTube, it's your boy Airboysteel, and today I got another video for you. Long story short, I made a tier list on books that you may have read during your middle school or high school years. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, and if you want to see more videos like this, just hit the subscribe button. But until then, I'll catch you guys next time. Peace. But let's go ahead and just get started, alright? First of all, let's go ahead and get this out of the way. Twilight, this is just the series in general, right? Listen, I have read a couple of the books, I've read all of them, so I can't really judge the series. It's not for me personally, it's for those fangirls. Back in when I was in high school, I remember this book was super popular. You know, book one, am I falling in love with a vampire? Ooh. Then book two, wolf guy, vampire dude rejected me? Hell no. And then, you know, the rest goes on and on and on. This book is good, but it's not for me. It's mainly for the girls. So, classic D tier. It's not garbage, but hey, I mean, I feel like it's just not for me. It's probably be good for someone else. Speaking of garbage, Lord of Flies, right? Now, this is the book that you probably read during your high school years, or even maybe middle school, but it's most likely high school, right? This book, I heard was really good for my classmates. The problem is, I do not remember this book. I could just search it up, but I'll be real, you guys. I remember this being my, like one of my high school classes, but I think I just copied over someone's homework. So, therefore, we'll make a new row. Perfect. Hey, gotta copy our homework. Hey, thanks, buddy. Easy B. Let's go. You don't copy the whole thing, by the way. You're gonna copy someone's work. Don't do it word for word, idiot. Let's move on. All right. To Kill a Mockingbird, the racism book. This book is actually pretty good. It has to do something with racism. There's a case involved. I won't spoil the ending, but the ending's pretty sad. I will say that. Good book, but is it like A tier material? That's the question. We'll say To Kill a Mockingbird is a read, but I think it's one of those reads that you read once in your spare life and be like, okay, I wouldn't mind reading. I wouldn't read it again, but I was glad I at least read it one time, at least for the class. So, for the honors of To Kill a Mockingbird, I put it in B tier. Good book, just not worth the read. Tom Sawyer. I remember reading this book in elementary school. It was my 5th grade teacher, and to make a long story short, the book Huckleberry Finn is basically based off this book, Tom Sawyer, or vice versa, I can't remember, but this is a good read. The only question is, I don't know, it's S tier. It just basically talks about just delinquent boy named Tom Sawyer hangs out with Huckleberry Finn and their adventures together, basically. Good read as a kid. I love this book as a kid. It got me to make this tier list. Like, this is the reason why I wanted to make this tier list. Amazing book. S tier is like, I would read again. Like, let's go ahead and change that. We got masterpiece. We got would read again. A good for one read. Big meh. Trash. Actually, now that I say it, don't question me on that. Put that as trash tier. Now that I mentioned it, put that in trash tier. Super trash. Not meant for me. JK, guys. Don't like. Do not like it. But back to Tom Sawyer. I honestly will read again. I actually really like this book. As a kid, it really inspired me to actually give a crap about books, or just reading stories in general. So I put Tom Sawyer at A. I will read that again. Not a masterpiece, but hey, I'll give it an A, or at least would read again. Harry Potter. I have read the books. This is a series in general. Great book, or great series. My series as a whole. Will I say a masterpiece? In the grand scheme of thing, yes. But this is my tier list. I will say that. Like, this book's done so much for people. People are actually, are you a Hufflepuff, Gryffindor, and all that jazz? By the way, I'm a Hufflepuff. I took the quiz. I'm a kind, gentle person, JK. Well, I want to, really. Is it for me? Actually, I actually really like this. I mean, it's a good book. When I say masterpiece, yeah, it's right there. Series as a whole is a really good series. It's like the definition of how to tell a story between multiple books. Each book is good on its own, so I will say masterpiece. Because on the grand scheme of things, this series is amazing. All right. Speaking of series, The Hunger Games. Hey. When this book came out, no cap, this was a gold. I actually like this book over Hunger Games. I'm just gonna tell you that right now. Harry Potter is good, but Hunger Games, like, that's like in my mind the first BR, but the first BR was in the book before every BR stuff came out, because you got Fortnite, you got Call of Duty Warzone, you got a bunch of BR games coming, and then but before all that came out, I know there was movies, but I remember Hunger Games when the book came out, people just loved it. Regardless, though, this is a good book. Masterpiece. If I put Harry Potter masterpiece, I would put Hunger Games there too, to be honest with you. Yeah, I keep it masterpiece. I will change these two lists in the future, like towards the end of the video. All right, Fahrenheit 451. Those of you who don't know, I read this book in grade school. Junior year, in fact, we were learning about like the American dream and whatnot, but somehow this book got part of it. Weird, right? And this book is basically about, we live in a civilization where there's like no books, like all the books are burned down, all the libraries are all gone. Let me rephrase that. And then people just act stupid. Like people are dumb. Like it's crazy. And then you have firemen that actually burn books that they found. Some people hoard books because, you know, knowledge, right? Knowledge is power. Remember that. And then the government don't want people to like learn stuff and shit, so they just burn the books down. If you get caught with the book, you're basically going to big boy jail. And this basically, the book goes through the journey of this guy who basically was like burying books down. He's like, oh no, this is bad, and he like, because of this one thing that happened to him. Now the premises are good, and it's also very scary. Like, think about it, because we could actually go to the society if you think about it, dude. I swear, thanks to this pandemic, people are just getting dumber and dumber. People are getting mad dumb, dude. But so as I explained that, this is not big man. This is not trash. This is actually a decent book. Will I read it again? Probably not. Is it a masterpiece? No, but it is definitely good for one read. Well, I will put it over To Kill a Mockingbird, in my opinion. All right, next up, 50 Shades of Grey. How the hell that got there, dude? It's just gonna be short and sweet, guys. Your mom had this book. Don't lie to me. You found that book when you're in your mom's dresser or car, wherever she hide it. Your mom's a freak. Don't lie to me. All right. Of Mice and Men. I read this book back in grade school, same year, American Dream, all that, junior year. I read a lot of books junior years, now that I think about it. But either way, it's about these two guys. One is small, pretty smart, and one was tall, but he wasn't very, like, I will say he wasn't the smartest person. Like, the small dude has to keep him in check. Think of these two guys as Pinky and the Brain, like that show. That's the best I could give the example. Like, that's my best example of that whole book. But regardless, I will put this as good for one read. But I will put it above Fahrenheit 451. This is actually better than Fahrenheit 451. A lot of good read for ones here. The Other Siders. This book is literally just about a gang of misfit guys. It's about the bro code. It's about brothers. You know, brotherly love. Yay. And I will say that's a decent book. It's a decent read. I like it. Pony Boy was cool. His juvenile friends were good. His brothers were like his only family he got, which was pretty cool. Brotherly love. Love to see it. To be honest, I would read this again. I would put it above Mice and Men, 451, and To Kill a Mockingbird. But that's probably it. It's not a masterpiece, but it's definitely a good read. I would read that again just to revisit their adventures. Pony Boy, his brothers, and the gang they're in, because they're a really crappy gang too, not gonna lie. Like, they get in fights and stuff, but that's basically it. Thus leaves the last 5 books. So let's go ahead and get to the 5 people you meet in heaven. Basically, it just talks about this guy that worked in the like amusement park. He dies, and then before he gets to heaven, he meets 7 people. Good book. Will I read this again? No, it's good for one to read. But everyone knows Romeo and Juliet. Like, this book, you see in plays. It's not really a play. It's not really a book, right? It's a freaking. It's a freaking play. Basically a play. Next book is The Scarlet Lair. I hate this book. It's just trash. Talk about adultery, how adultery's bad and can ruin your life. Literally, everyone does that now, which is sad. Okay, of Ogden, Flowers of Ogden. Okay, I'm gonna be real with you guys. I never read this book, all right? Why did I add to the list? Because I do have a friend that has read this book, and this book has some very interesting history to it. Basically, it talks about that guy that went mad and he was just talking to rats and stuff. Now, I will show you this, all right? Oh yeah, this is the part I was talking about. This book has some history to it. My friend told me this, and she told me that this part right here, although the book has been challenged for removal from libraries in the United States and Canada, sometimes successfully, it's frequently taught in schools around the world. It has been adapted many times from television, theater, radio, and the Academy Award-winning film. Charlie, where the hell that is. Now, I added to the list because when she read this book, she read during middle school, and she told me it has some very, very disturbing things in it, in the reports, or like in the book. And it was very, very weird. I'm like, you read this in middle school? I understand high school, but you read this in middle school. So, on behalf of her, it said it changed her way of how she sees books or whatnot, and she's a writer. So, I'll put this in, big man. She would never see that book the same way again. Or, matter of fact, should I just add another list? I just put for her. I'll just add a list for her. Not for kids. Yeah, don't read this book. Read in high school. Don't read in freaking middle school. That's crazy. Freaking Alabama education, bro. Fix that. And there we have our final book, ladies and gentlemen. The Great Gatsby. Now, this book is a true masterpiece. I'm going to tell you that right now. This book is amazing. The movie, but the book is so much better because so much emotion you feel for Gatsby and the dude that's writing his story. He talks about this dude that just throw parties and whatnot. Also, he could look for the love of his life, and his book is breathtaking. Like I said, I love this book so much that I won't spoil it. I will recommend this book to anyone. It's a truly masterpiece. Anyone that read this book that I like, at least heard from, love it. Like, truly masterpiece. And there it is. There's my list. Now, let me just reorganize it and see how I feel about this. I'll keep the ones in the bottom, but it's these ones right here. Yeah, I like this a lot. I like this a lot. But hey guys, that's the video. If you like what you see, please leave a like. And if you'd like to see more videos, hit the subscribe button. But till then, I'll catch you next time. Peace.